I'm Genevieve Bargello.
And I'm Eileen Wurst.
And this is CFB News. Terror struck the Widgeon last week as Edwina Forthright's bovine charity gala was sent into utter chaos. Please don't make me say that.
I'm afraid you have to, Genevieve. It's on the script.
I don't like puns, and I've said many times I don't like puns.
This is CFB News.
There was a laxative poisoning that swept up many members of the event as one of the many salsas on the salsa table was contaminated with laxative. Edwina Forthright posits that this was most likely the work of their rival, Girth and Sneedle. Eileen?
Hello, Genevieve. As you can see behind me is the destruction of what happened at the Bovine Charity Masquerade. Cow masks litter the floor, salsa spilled everywhere. The bathroom, an absolute wreck. Some say that they saw a well-known optometrist named Dr. Horatio Nathan, who is known for not only his LASIK discounts, but also his immediate ability to hypnotize those around him. It is stated that the original ticket person for this event was hypnotized by Dr. Horatio Nathan and was seen walking around as a chicken. This is when Girth and Sneedle took the opportunity to don a disguise and pretend to be the ticket master, taking all of the money. Witnesses say that they saw Edwina Forthright and Girth and Sneedle have a massive discussion that looked very heated on the rooftop of the Widgeon. Thankfully, no one was hurt, but money did fly down from the sky. I, in fact, grabbed $2, so I'm a little bit richer. For nonetheless, Girth and Sneedle escaped via the gutter, and ever since then, they've been on the run. We are looking forward to seeing what Edwina Forthright Sneedle will bring forth in this next design round of the cowboy boots. However, there is also legal troubles there, as it was possible that the money that was being donated to the cause was actually going directly to Edwina Forthright. But, as is the Clatfartburg way, that's none of my business. So we're going to end it here. This has been CFB
News. Oh my god, I didn't know chairs could be stacked so precariously.
That's so wild. And like, is that statue moving sometimes?
And it's so crazy because we're like not even at a place where these things would happen. We're just in the middle of the street.
Wow. And it's like they're performing in the street.
Some would call them street performers. Hi, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Clatfartburg. We're tired today. I'm going to get out and say it. We're tired today. And we thought this episode, street performers spoke to us. Something about it, we felt that might breathe a little life into us. And if there's a bad idea, we can swiftly move on. And that's what we needed right now. I'm Felicia.
Yes. I'm Elaine.
And this is Now Entering Clatfartburg, a comedy world-building podcast where we build the fictional town of Clatfartburg. And today, we're going to talk about the Clatfartburg street performers. And, you know, here's the great thing. We've been on a great run of form energy-wise. And I know some people would say, hey, it's actually like a bad vibe to tell everyone that this podcast episode is going to be bad. It's going to be different. It's not going to be bad.
No one had said it was going to be bad until you said it.
Yeah, I just worried that's the vibe I'm putting out. And that's not what I meant, you know?
It wasn't being put out. It's fine. It's all good. You know what? I think it's also fun. I think we're having a little bit of a lag, which is just going to add a little extra pizzazz to this.
Insecurity. New record.
Dun, dun, dun. We're on the streets. We're walking around. Let's start downtown because we got, you know, a city can have many a street. Let's start in downtown square.
Yeah.
You know. I would you like to pick the first genre of street performer? We can go from there and build upon this person, their talent, lack thereof.
I think we should do a statue at some point. I feel like you've got to. But I also am interested in like animal trainer.
Oh, I like that. What kind of animals are we feeling? Birds?
My original thought was rats, but I don't know if I want it to be rats. I did think birds, and I was like, wouldn't it be interesting if this person has control of like local birds? And not like trained birds. They're just like really good with bird seed.
Okay, yeah. No, I think this makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. The lag is insane.
The lag is bad. The lag is bad. I would love if the birds had like bow ties. That's fun to me. But they're safe. Oh, no.
No, I turned it off on purpose to see if it helped.
Okay. I thought I'd left.
That was on purpose.
Slow.
I know it sucks and it does make it worse, but the lag is so bad that I'm like, I don't think my video is helping at all.
Fair. I can also go off if that would help too.
Yeah, why don't we try it? I don't want to either.
This is so funny.
Does this work?
Well, okay, this is how we do it. I'm going to do a rapid round of questions, and we're going to find out if the lag is still there. Are you ready?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. 1. Is there a blue-colored bird in his bird armory?
Yes.
Does this blue bird have a silly little name?
Ooh, give me a second to think on that. That's not lag. I'm just thinking. That's Felicia lag.
I realized I was asking questions that would require some thinking, and therefore we wouldn't know about the lag.
I think the bird is named... My first thought was Kremlin, but the bird can't be named Kremlin. It can't be named Kremlin. That's not okay. Shovel.
Yes.
So the bird is named Shovel.
Shovel's talent is digging in the ground for worms.
Okay.
But,
yes.
You know, yeah, right? And then that way he gets to be like, hey, look, I trained this bird to do this. And people are like, cool. And you're like, that's just what birds do. So Shovel's just like doing great. And I guess he just maybe he puts little fake, maybe he makes I was going to say a fake hole. You can't do that. He has a planted pot. He's filled with dirt and his own worms.
Yeah.
And that's where Shovel goes.
Yes. Okay, Shovel the bird. So is this just a rogue bird he's found, or is this a bird he has specially trained? Or is this bird just going to do this no matter whether or not this guy is here, and he's really more the facilitator for Shovel, or has he built Shovel from the ground up?
I think Shovel chose him.
Yes. Correct.
And I think Shovel was domesticated at one point. Mm-hmm. And then escaped. It wasn't a bad situation, but, you know, you see an opportunity. You're like, I need to go find myself. Shovel flies around and finds the performer. Lands upon their shoulder. And this performer has bird senses, so just really could understand a lot, you know. So then notice that Shovel tended to pick things off the ground and dig deep, though. Not just off the ground, but in the ground. And maybe Shovel has a silly little thing.
Yeah, Shovel fucked up his carpet so bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of claw marks, and it looks kind of like a horror film.
How big is Shovel? I need to know how big Shovel is, because I think that's going to help me a lot.
I've been imagining Shovel the size of a dove, but I'm really open to...
I'm okay with dove size, because I realize falcon-sized Shovel scares me. Also, I don't think birds can be that big and blue unless they're a parrot. Or like a tropical species, and I don't think that's what Shovel is. I think Shovel is not a glamorous bird, despite being blue.
No, I think Shovel has like one eye is bigger than the other. There's like...
Shovel is if an old prospector became a bird.
Yes, 100%. And, you know, we don't know if that's not the case. You know, we'll never know.
Yeah,
Could be.
Can't legally tell you that.
So, you know, and that's what the performer would say, too.
I can't legally answer that question.
Guys, we actually met with some lawyers this week because we realized like we're just saying so many things, but we can't back it up. And like we're talking about people a lot. So allegedly Shovel
allegedly
does that. I think Shovel has a horrible song voice. I think it's like you know. Something chill.
Horrible. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, because comforting, I would say.
Oh, that makes sense.
I like ducks, okay? So sue me.
Aw, that's fair. Can one of them be a duck?
Yeah! What do you think? I'm going to say no to a duck? Have you met me?
I'm so silly. How could I ever think that? I think the duck should be named Hammer.
Okay, shovel and hammer. Mm-hmm. So is Hammer good at light woodworking? Like those little classes they used to do at Lowe's where you would build a shitty house out of wood that was about 8 inches tall. Oh my
gosh.
Did you ever go to
one of those? He uses his little bill to like put those together. He goes bum 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 bum.
Yeah.
Bum 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 bum. I'm so sad you can't see me.
I know. We're recording without our cameras on because unfortunately it is really helping the lag problem. And it does feel like a disembodied voice. We'll try again in like 10 minutes and see if we can come back.
Yeah. This is
But like annoyingly this does seem to help whatever it is, you know.
It does. It is.
I'm standing and you don't even know. It's like a secret.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Hammer is building little cheap houses and gets fed a cheese treat that is healthy and okay for ducks to have, because I love the idea of a duck getting to eat some cheese, but just making allegedly this is safe for the duck.
This one can.
Yes, it's a special kind of duck species.
The cheese duck.
The cheese duck, native to Argentina,
brought here by a weird guy back in 1982,
and is now being, safely taken care of by this street performer.
Is this the same cheese duck that was brought over since 1982? Is this duck 48?
Cheese ducks live a really long time.
Yeah.
I like
so
that. Yep, it's the same one.
50. Hammer's having a midlife crisis. Hammer's about to buy a Harley, and he's about to start riding around town.
Yeah, Hammer's looking for the one.
Is this episode
Hammer's looking for the
us
one?
Talking about birds?
Are we creating an entire bird lineage? Maybe. This is what keeps happening. This is the episode topic. Here's one side fact. Oh no, that actually is the episode.
Yeah.
So and I'm not afraid.
Ex-wife, he used to be engaged to a goose. And she left after a while because she couldn't keep up with how many demands his job had to make. Because she was like,
yeah, she had to migrate too. Like,
she had to migrate.
Go.
Yeah, and she was like,
she has places to be.
I get you're trying to build houses here, but I need to see the world, which is fair. So it's a short engagement. And they got divorced. They got divorced, and now Hammer builds his little houses and rides his Harley.
And these are the stories that the street performer tells.
Yes,
which then gets to make it be factual. Yeah, and no, maybe there's a new bird amongst the group, the tool shed, that Hammer is interested in.
Jigsaw.
Oh, Jigsaw's a crazy rebound. That's
Jigsaw's
amazing.
A wild rebound. I feel like Jigsaw legally has to be a woodpecker, but then the size is crazy for that.
Oh, I'm in.
Well,
we don't know how big a cheese duck is.
That's true. Maybe he's also 2 inches tall. No, he has to be one of those duck size.
It could be one of the it could be one of the bigger woodpeckers too.
Yeah, it's a giant fucking woodpecker.
It could be a cheese woodpecker. You know how big those get.
Woodpecker.
They're all the size of a cheese wheel.
That's why they're called that. And that's the funny thing is the cheese woodpeckers don't eat cheese, even though you would think they would. It's because the guy who first spotted them, it landed perfectly in front of a wheel of cheese, and he said, "Wow, it's just the right height." So the cheese hummingbird,
cheese hummingbird.
The cheese.
We'll get to that.
Woodpecker.
Yes.
Is the Jigsaw, and Jigsaw cuts holes in things. That's about it. And it's really
maybe he makes it be art. He's like, oh, put the hole here, and then the performer uses Jigsaw to make like, oh, here's a little street art. You can buy like a $50 woodpecker modern art situation.
Yes, I like that. So that's Jigsaw, and Jigsaw is Hammer's rebound. The famous cheese duck.
Does this performer wear face paint and a wig and a hat, or is this person just like themselves?
I was picturing like safari gear, but I want to know what your pitch for face paint, wig, and hat would be, because that did throw me for a loop when you brought it up.
No, and to be clear, the safari idea is preferred and should be how it is, but in my head in that moment, picture it. The gray hair is sticking out from under the hat. It's a unit. If you lift the hat, the wig is gone as well. The hair is straight and kooky. It's gray. It's a bowler hat with a purple belt around it. No, white. It was white. And then the face paint is classic sad clown, but it is cracking a bit. And the ears specifically have not been painted, and they're quite prominent to his face. Big ears. And so to have that not be part of the paint job really takes you in and out of it. I do think that he's trying to paint a beak on his face. However, it's just kind of a triangle, so it looks like he has a weird smile going on. The paint is still on his hands, and he gets it over his clothes as he's doing this, and he is wearing a vest, a cummerbund, like overly dressed for the situation.
Yeah, I am going to have to veto
on occasions.
That. But I'm glad
that shouldn't happen.
I'm glad you showed me your vision, because you really painted a picture, and I could see it all. And with each detail, it got more and more threatening.
That's the guy who discovered the cheese duck. That's the guy who discovered the cheese duck. That's what he was wearing. He was trying to blend in with the birds and live amongst them, actually, because he was going through his own divorce. So,
for sure,
Wow.
The cheese duck will see any person in a midlife crisis and go, one of us, one of us.
Join our flock.
and like, when the midlife crisis is about to happen for you, when Hammer goes and just like pops up next to you on a park bench.
Oh gosh, an omen.
Yeah.
Not a good sign.
I was given a taste of the cheese duck today.
Cheese and quackers. What's that over there?
Yeah.
I can't see your face, but I know that you're smiling so wide. The biggest smile from that. I know. I can tell. Do we want a hummingbird in there? I think that'd be silly.
Sure. Why not?
Screwdriver,
hell yeah. I also want a raven to be named Pliers.
Ooh.
Pliers.
That's perfect. I love that.
Pliers the raven will steal anything from you.
Yes.
If you are holding something shiny, it is gone. Pliers the raven has it. Okay, what does Screwdriver do?
Maybe Screwdriver helps in the pickpocketing. You would never suspect it. Screwdriver's the distraction. The glamour girl.
Yes.
Glorious. Stunning. Glitter falls off her wings as she flutters on by, and that's when the raven strikes. That's when Pliers gets in there and pulls it out. Screwdriver will do a move called the Screwdriver, where she swoops down while twirling and only attacks those named Philip. Goes right for the Philip's head. And so the performer is like, anybody named Philip? Raise your hands. Anybody named Philip? Anyone?
This is like, just, this whole episode is like weird. Like, it's like a children's picture book with bad construction puns. It's what we've done.
We're 22 minutes in. Oh no.
To be fair, I think 8 minutes were us dealing with lag, but
okay, that's fair.
It does feel like we're telling a calm sleep story a little bit.
We are. Well, maybe across the street. So if we have birds on one side of the street, who do we have on the other side? You know, this could be somebody who, what they're doing, it'd be really annoying if there were birds around all the time. You know, if you're a statue, this could be our statue, because birds, what are they going to do? They're going to sit on you and take it a little dump. Yeah.
Well, I think the statue has to be named Philip, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I was going to make a lady statue, but I mean, the actually can still be. You know what?
Still can be. Why not?
Yeah, we are going to make... No, I think the statue's named is Captain... Oh, no, Captain Phillips is a movie.
Lieutenant?
Lieutenant Philip. My first last name suggestion was Underbelly. Lieutenant Philip Underbelly.
Tell me the lore. I could get
I think this is a fictional naval captain from the 1700s that this person dresses up as a statue of on the weekends. And I think this is their kind of, Revolutionary War recreation. I think they got kicked out of some groups maybe because people didn't like them. And now they're like, well, if nobody wants... I think, no, this is what it is. They tried to get involved in a lot of historical recreation places as like the statue person and as a fictional character that was like breaking a lot of historical accuracy. And everyone was like, this is not what we're looking for. You have to come with something accurate to the time period. And this person said, no, I will not. So they dressed up as Lieutenant. They were like, someone will appreciate Lieutenant Philip Underbelly. Even if I stand here for long enough, someone will understand my vision, right? Does that make any sense?
No, you won me over. I can now back up Underbelly. I can do that. And, sometimes we seek attention and it's not the attention we thought we were going to get because boy, do the birds love Lieutenant Philip Underbelly.
Yeah. I think, by the way, the person behind Lieutenant Philip Underbelly is named Susan.
I like that. Susan Horcrotch.
Great. Love it. No notes. There's a lot of fun, like, fake mutton chops going on.
Yes. What poses does she do? That's the big question here.
A lot of, like, looking out to sea. It's actually, and I'm realizing where this is coming from. I watched, like, 5 different performances of I Am a Very Model of a Modern Major General last night, and I don't know why I did that. Because I did need to sleep. And then I watched 5 of them. And I think it's very that,
Yes.
Maybe she just has that playing from a speaker in a bush every once in a while for ambiance.
Oh, I like that. Is this a gold statue or classic, like, stone painted statue?
I was picturing stone.
She's gone for. Yeah, that makes sense. But
yeah, it's a lot of looking out to sea. It's a lot of telescope. It's a lot of maybe looking confused at a map because it changes every day because she wants variety.
Yeah. Do you think, is she just like in her own world or does she secretly like listen to audiobooks while she does this?
I think she definitely listens to audiobooks. This is actually a mindfulness practice she's doing. And this was the only way to get her to meditate. But she was like, well, maybe if I dress up as a sea captain statue, then I'll feel held accountable,
Yeah. So she's also going through something. I like that. We've all got something. We're all a cheese duck at the end of the day. Which bird pisses her off the most?
Well, I mean, I do think the screwdriver bird that only attacks people named Philip.
That would probably do it.
I think Pliers does a lot of anytime she's got a prop. Pliers is on that.
The telescope might have been messed up with a few times. The spyglass. Compass. What's that fancy one? Astrolabe?
Astrolabe?
That was expensive. Maybe? Astrolabe. Sure.
I don't know. I don't know why.
That little like weird thingy that you look at the sky with and go, this way. The boat should go this way.
Yeah. I was going to say something. Do we think... I think Hammer's building some sort of structure around where she stands. I don't know what.
Funeral pyre?
Sure. Gravestone. Coffin. This man is historical. Build him up.
Keep going.
That's what the duck says.
People can tell, People can tell.
I really like this duck, guys.
Hammer is so great. I mean, we could just like, what does Hammer do on a day off? Hammer just walks around the street, Yeah, I think Hammer has a great old day.
Midlife crises.
And he goes, hey, Arthur Remington. Saw you over there.
You on the bench again.
Fancy say, hey there, Flippini. Just nestling in here, getting some pizza. He's like, nah, nah, nah. Flippini's like, God fucking damn it. Cheese stick takes a slice of pizza. He's like, I'm going to make a duck pizza after this.
Oh my God. How dare you, Flippini? God, I forgot Flippini's lore was that he only ate meat up until the age of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. I just remembered that's true.
I completely forgot that. Oh my god.
I love these guys, and you guys might say, "Oh, Bertha La Couscous." Bertha La Couscous is a street performer. No, she's actually very distinctly a transportation center performer. And maybe we said she was a street performer, but she's not anymore. She's upgraded.
Interesting. There's a hierarchy. Do you try to make it to the bus station? It's basically being a street performer auditioning to try to get to the bus station.
Yes.
And that's like peak.
Yeah, because I think the thing is that she then leaves and then goes on her shift in the hands that feed vending machine.
Yeah, so all these other street performers are trying to get
with real hands
into that bus terminal. There's an opening. We've got it. Bus terminals be big. Why not?
Yeah.
Who doesn't need a statue
and
by a
Bertha La
bus?
Couscous has her spot at Le Marque Rouge now, so I think she's upgraded off of street performer status.
Is she the judge?
So there's a council of street performers. There's a street performer council.
Yes.
There's a board of trustees.
The Buskers Board?
Yes,
Board of
the
Buskers
Board.
Even if there aren't all buskers, it's just a fun thing to
Yeah, the Buskers
say.
Board. Oh, I just realized plier is great for collecting money. Because if you hold up a quarter plier, gets that.
Oh, heck yeah.
So yeah, the Buskers Board, I feel like we should have a musician. And maybe these three are kind of, maybe there's different locations you can busk, and this is kind of the entry level zone. And, you know, like the park is a nice place because the Buskers Board wants to maintain relatively equal coverage of locations, and there's actually a start of a pension program. There's a pension program for your years in. It's like SAG, so they have to. But they kind of want to maintain equal coverage and make sure people aren't using up each other's routes and things like that. But there is one area of the town that is unregulated, which is like the main square. But that's not really where you go for the best quality of acts, right? There's other places you can go to, like the park. The person at the park's normally pretty good. And it kind of ensures that they're available for events and things like that. They're kind of ones that register like, oh, if we want to have, like, who's performing at Crispy Fest, who's performing at the Harvest Fest, et cetera, right?
Yes.
So I think there's only so many slots. This is a saturated industry because there's 8 of them and there can't be more. So there's one more open slot because Bertha La Couscous has left the Buskers Board to pursue her independent ventures of performing in the Le Marque Rouge Cabaret and acting.
Yeah.
So,
oh my gosh.
We need to have a musician, I think, unfortunately.
I feel like we have a couple options here. We can do someone who has a guitar, but the things they're singing are quite out there. Or we have weird instrument combination. We have like a Bert situation from Mary Poppins.
I do have a third pitch, which is none of those. One woman Phantom of the Opera.
Sure.
And that's her whole thing.
I love it.
She does all the parts. She's running the karaoke tracks.
She has a microphone too, which is bold. Yeah.
She has a microphone and she puts on little different masks. And it's very like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, what's the name of the song? The Jekyll and Hyde song on Broadway where the guy just turns his face back and forth a bunch of times with dramatic lighting. That.
Yeah.
Really special. And
but like in daylight.
She's channeling that.
I like it. I imagine she's wearing like a long cloak. Even in the summer. Yeah. It's just really hot. The cheese duck has visited her, in case anyone was curious. Indeed, yes, the cheese duck has visited her daily.
Yeah. But I will say her performance as the Opera House proprietor, quite good.
Ooh, I so love this for her. I think she thinks she has it in the bag for this, you know, popping into the board buskers situation. Yeah. But a lot of confidence.
There's a lot of confidence, but there is also, I think the board buskers are like, but it's only Phantom of the Opera. So you can only see it so many times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So is she going to expand to more musicals? Is Les Mis in the pipeline? Or is this it for her? You know what I mean? Is One Woman Cats coming?
Yeah. I feel like she's going to struggle. I think she'll think she can do it, and then she goes to open her mouth, and she's just going to sing Phantom of the Opera over the backtrack of One Day More, Les Mis. You know? Yeah. Memory. Christine. It's going to, you know, which that's unique.
Christine. Christine!
She just says Christine the whole time.
Yeah. She gets stage fright.
Phantom of the Christine.
Phantom of the Christine.
My performer name is Christine. With a K.
One word.
Because I'm different.
Yeah.
I want someone with bongos. We have someone with bongos.
Yeah.
They wear gloves when they play the bongos.
Does that make it better or worse?
Oh, I think worse, because I feel like that would mute it a little bit.
I think so. It would soften the impact for sure.
Weirdly enough, mittens would be even a wilder choice, but we got gloved bongos.
This person keeps trying to offer their services to Phantom of the Opera lady, and she does not want it.
Which is... Well, he, like, comes dressed as the Phantom one day and just tries to do the bongo backbeat, and she...
Well, he tries to do bonk, bump, 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 because there's a little bit of tone to the bongos, and he tries to do an approximation of the lyrics in bongo. You know,
like a reggae version of Phantom of the Opera.
Does reggae even use bongos?
I think...
What uses bongos?
Whatever the genre I'm thinking of an... maybe it doesn't, and he's just like, I'm doing the role of bongos in reggae. Who's to say? I don't trust what I'm looking at, because it's stupid AI slop. But anyway, we're doing... He's trying. It's not working. When he's not able to thwart other people... You know, he goes over to the Birdman occasionally. The birds enjoy the bongos.
Yeah. Hammer loves these.
Oh, Hammer's obsessed. Hammer does a little bongo moment sometimes, too. Ah! That's fun. That's so fun. Birdman, I think, gets a little stressed about that because he's like, Hammer, you have to stay with me.
Yeah.
You can't go.
And Hammer's a rogue agent. Remember, Hammer's 50. Hammer can make his own decisions.
Yeah. Hammer has a license. He can do whatever he wants. He's got an official bird license.
Hammer's too old to give a shit anymore.
Exactly. I think Hammer's planning to go hang out with Bongo.
Wow.
Like, I think Bongo is
this is gonna make tension between him and Jigsaw.
I think the night before the big official audition, Hammer leaves.
Wow.
And so Jigsaw's trying to put together...
Little, like, supernatural we got, but we've really gone full helmet anthropomorphization today. But it feels
no,
correct.
I do think...
And that's just what cheese ducks are like, guys.
That's what they do. I am going to have to say, if we do have a lot of birds, we probably need to make a note about the invasive bird species that is everywhere, because I could see this thwarting some of Birdman's acts, maybe as a desperate attempt. Now that Hammer's gone, he's like, I need a backup bird. No one's going to loan themselves a bird, but everyone's going, if you want one, go get one of these invasive bird species. So I think he gets one. And they're invasive. Nothing bad's going to happen to this bird, but I just want to remind everyone they're invasive.
And I think they were brought over by the same guy who brought over the cheese duck. That's the only way this makes sense. We finally got an origin for the invasive bird species, right?
Oh my gosh.
But the cheese duck is not invasive because it's just the one guy.
Yeah. The invasive bird species is not named after cheese, but they are going to be related to, like...
Did we name it?
No, it's just been the invasive bird species.
Oh, okay.
So this, if we want...
We can finally... A thread we've not pulled in a long time.
They've just been floating around, shitting on the clock.
Yeah. Watermelon and cheese? Do you eat those together?
I decided to go off and say other foods. I realized I still made that. You know, a nice cheesy watermelon.
I was just picturing birds named after mozzarella sticks.
Oh, that's fun.
I don't know how you do...
Zarella birds? The Zarella bird.
The
Zarella. Hello there, gents. Invasive birds. Hello there, gents. It's me, Zarella. I hear you like to do a little bit of building houses and stealing things from people and doing whatever that other bird did that I don't remember anymore.
I did a Google. Zarella's safe. We're good. It's Zarella. We're all good.
Nice. Good. Okay.
Sometimes we make a word that sounds too much like it's probably something. You know, yes. And I'm like, I want to know what that thing is.
Zarella, the Zarella birds.
Short for mozzarella stick.
So these birds, this entire time, everybody, whatever you were thinking, reframe it. I think they're weirdly blocky.
Yeah.
Like, I think they still are round cornered, but I think these are like kind of weird blocky birds.
It does look like if a child tried to draw a bird. You know, they don't look quite right.
Yes. I think the eyes are almost like too far back from each other on the side of the head. Like, it's almost not working. And I guess they're like variations of off-white colors because they look like mozzarella cheese sticks, you know? And they love mozzarella. That's why they go ham with Flippini. They're like,
Flippini gets fucking mobbed.
He gets mobbed. He is attacked by birds everywhere he goes.
And that's why he's had to learn how to cartwheel so well. Because these birds, what a way to make it through a crowd of birds. This childhood circus skill has to be upkept. Because when he walks out of his... I just can't picture... I almost said apartment. I just can't picture him having an apartment.
No.
Because is he permanently in Clatfartburg now, or is he still traveling? I can't remember where we said on this. I think he's still technically traveling, but he's resident.
I think he's still technically traveling. Yeah.
But when he comes into town and opens the door of his van for the first time and gets like swarmed by birds and just does a cartwheel through them to dissipate, it's really beautiful. It's really, really beautiful.
Because he himself looks like a mozzarella stick.
That's so true. And it's not even that they want mozzarella, but they also kind of think that Flippini is their dad a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah,
they see
I mean,
him
like,
and they
what
think
if
father?
Very easily, because I imagine this invasive bird species, they are like producing really quickly too. So it's so plausible that he's walking around, he's on the pensive hill, and you look over and you're like, oh, a little bird's nest in this tiny little tree, and they're hatching, and he's the first face they see.
Yeah,
and they imprint on him, you know, and then now he's Father Flippini. I think this makes sense. I think it makes logical sense.
Yeah.
I think you're right. The cartwheeling to fence them off. Maybe people don't know this. Cartwheeling is the answer to the invasive bird species. If enough people were cartwheeling all at once, it's all about the spinning. Their little heads can't handle it. And then their brains go, I have to migrate because you shake the magnet in their head. This is science. It shakes a little magnet in their head that tells you to go north or south. And then they end up going somewhere else.
And that's not how they all work, but that's how the Zarella bird works. Is if enough people cartwheel around them, they will just have to leave. They can't handle it. It's too much for them. And they don't get hurt in the cartwheeling. It's just really confusing.
Yeah.
Because they're like, your head was up here and now it's down there. I didn't think you could do that.
Yeah. So it's safe. But unfortunately, our bird person doesn't know about the cartwheeling. So he has gathered a Zarella, is trying to get the Zarella to do something, and all the Zarella is doing is just like mass pooping. The birds can do something else also. That's just been their MO for a bit. They could what if they're like sirens of the sky? They have a beautiful song and they lead people to potholes or something like that.
They lead people to potholes?
Wild. A little uneven sidewalk. They try to get people to trip by their beautiful song. You're like, oh, what is that?
I like that. That's true. And I think a third thing, what is something in life that looks like a mozzarella stick that they are very fixated on? Electrical poles.
A fountain. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So maybe these birds are trying to take down one electrical pole. They're like, it's the biggest mozzarella stick we've ever seen. And they keep coming back to it, and it's not working. It's not working.
They're just constantly, there's constantly like a cyclone of birds above this electric pole. It's really terrifying, but it's always going. There's always the circling cyclone of birds just in and out. They all have to do their little turn a day. This is where their power source comes
because
from.
They're trying to get the magnet in the electrical pole's brain.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Because that's how that works, right? They're recharging. Yeah. This is why some of the people in Clatfartburg do start wearing aluminum little tinfoil hats, and that is actually for protection. Little do they know, the birds don't actually mess with them because that thwarts. They can't magnet to magnet. Like calls to like, can't anymore. Interrupted. Metal doesn't work with magnets.
I'm just going to say,
obviously,
as a thing, people in Clatfartburg don't have magnets in their brains, and we know that. Elaine just said it with such conviction that I want to make sure we're all on the same page.
Oh, yes. Yes. That's the conspiracy
and
theorist.
And that is a conspiracy in the Faxville guy. That one Faxville conspiracy theorist.
Yes.
So I think about 2 people are wearing tinfoil hats. Anyway, I enjoyed this a lot, and I think there's one security guard who has to be posted up by the pole to see if the birds actually do anything about it. Just on the clock, 24 hours. Somebody's watching the pole. There's always birds, and there's always guys watching the pole.
I just love this security guard is like, she's like staring up at the pole. And she's like, what has my career come to? Like, what's happening? And then she just kind of glances down at the sidewalk, deadlocked eyes with hammer. Fuck. Damn it, the cheese duck found me. No. I was already questioning my
Hammer's
career.
Gonna come up so much in this podcast now.
Oh, Hammer is.
It's so easy for him to just be there. You think everything's going fine, you turn to your left, Hammer.
Hammer might be more intimidating than Sinaster because Hammer's real.
Hammer's real. Hammer's real.
We have real sightings of Hammer, and
yeah, you could meet Hammer. Any of you.
Hammer is so cute because then I think he's always just slow waddling away. I don't know if he even bothers flying these days. He's just waddling wherever he wants. He goes to Gator Swamp Mansion. He has a fun little corner back there. He's
he swims in the swamp.
Yeah. And the dachshunds leave him alone because they respect that. They respect a cheese duck.
Gator,
that's a fun thing. Cheese ducks and dogs. Good.
Not Gator. Hammer cannot get hurt.
Yeah. Hammer is safe. And I guess by proxy, Jigsaw. What bird is Jigsaw again?
Jigsaw is a cheese woodpecker.
Cheese woodpecker. That's right.
Which is just a big woodpecker.
It would be fun if, like, they took rides on each other's backs. They're just walking around downtown. They're like, sure, we're the double stacked cheese.
Love it. Love it.
And then it's like, what does it mean if you see 2 cheese birds?
Yeah,
okay, here's a question. If the cheese duck is, you're having a midlife crisis, the cheese woodpecker. Quarter life crisis?
What does Jigsaw mean? Well, Hammer's the midlife crisis because he had a midlife crisis and he rides a Harley. And he's like, one of us. You know what I mean? It's a one of us feeling. The cheese woodpecker may not have... In some ways, we could say Hammer has midlife crisis senses, right? I don't know if Jigsaw has the same level of that. I think Jigsaw has something else. And I don't know what that something else is, but I think it's something else.
No, I think that's fair. It's that... That's so stupid. I was like, it's that thing that cameraman Eric has whenever a camera's on him and he weirdly gets really glowy, like 1950s zoom in. Like, Jigsaw has that.
My thought, Jigsaw also always flies near you when you're about to run out of toilet paper.
That's good.
And what a great community service.
Yeah, but, like, that's not too... I mean, it's not... I'm not a fan of a bird flying that close to my face and stuff like that, right? Like, I kind of don't really fuck with birds, but that's convenient to be like, oh, I should stop by the store and go get some TP before I go home. That's good. Yeah. That's cute. Aww.
It's convenient. And would it have been better if we tied it in somehow to his whole thing about making holes? Yeah. But it's fine. His thing's toilet paper, and that is what it is.
When you poop in a hole.
Yeah, okay. Well, sure. Shovel's still just...
Valentine's Day is so cute. Oh, yeah. Shovel's digging his hole. What bird is Shovel again? Oh, Shovel is just an ambiguous bird. We don't know.
Yeah. The Shovel's not anything special. And the hummingbird is also kind of a normal hummingbird. And the raven's normal. We just got the 2 cheese ones.
This cheese
and
ones.
The Zarella birds.
This is perfect. Do you think the cheese duck... Does Hammer ever meet up with, like, a Blanche otter? I feel like they'd have a kindred spirit thing going on.
I believe so, yeah. I believe they're friends.
They can't talk, but they both could swim. They could all be swimming. You know, there's something there.
Whoa, I've got something.
Okay.
And I don't know if you want us to resolve this plot line, but I just think how powerful the Zarella birds must have had some sort of symbiotic relationship with the cheese ducks back in wherever they came from.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So imagine this cyclone of birds around this mozzarella stick pole, and someone finally gets the bright idea, maybe the security guard, after seeing that duck in front of her and having such a moment. She said, what if we just get a crane? Not a crane, but you know those like jacklifts? The things where they go up. And they said, what if we just put Hammer on it and just pump him up to just look at the cyclone and see what happens. Because this can't be good for them either. They're not having a good time. The Zarella birds aren't having fun.
I have the perfect thing to play. Hold on. While he's staring at them. Okay, so he's staring at them, and the birds do that bird thing where the rhythm has been thrown off because the magnetism of Hammer.
Not the magnets.
Sorry, the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent of Hammer. He's able to do one, and the birds suddenly feel a shift, and they no longer find their source power from the electrics. They actually get a sense from farther away. This is all coincidental, but they're cheese birds, so they don't know any difference. They think that Hammer has done something revolutionary and might be their god. And there's something in the distance in Faxville. And as the cyclone as a mass, all the birds start shooting across the sky. It's almost black. And off in the corner, we got Susan doing a little bit of this. As they fly away, the Zarella birds flee to Faxville. Well, they will haunt all of the banks and all the antennas on top of every single building. And there's Hammer watching them fly away. Tori Cobbleton, who has made her entire platform about this invasive bird species as well as the thing in the woods, looks out her window as they go. And she sees that she's done her job. She will not be going up for re-election. But she's going to stick the term out, don't worry.
Wow. That's so beautiful. I'm just proud of us for solving an outstanding plot line. But it felt like it was moving there. It had to. It had to happen.
Yeah, I mean, because they didn't. Oh, the lesbians can now be free. The lesbians with all the birdhouses that got taken over by the invasive bird species.
Yes.
We can get back to the other birds that lived. We fixed the housing crisis. Yes.
Look at us.
We did it.
Okay, who do we think? I think because of this, the bird guy gets his permanent spot. But this is after Hammer. Hammer is left for the bongos. Maybe he doesn't leave the bongos. Maybe bongos.
What if Hammer just gets it?
Hammer
unexpected
gets it.
Move. Nobody else, just Hammer. But Hammer then can choose who gets to be in his group that day. How is he chosen? Don't worry, guys.
Yeah. So it's
don't worry,
bongo,
it makes sense to
and
those
it's sometimes
who know
the
Hammer.
other ones.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Lieutenant Philip, what's the last one? Underbelly. And maybe one woman Phantom of the Opera, they team up. Maybe they get a little team up going. Because I feel like they could do something quite good together. Maybe it's two women Pirates of Penzance. For I am the very modern general. Yeah.
I love that. And the streets were never the same. And they were much cleaner, though, at the same time.
Well, that was great. I loved that. That was a beautiful story we told.
I love that I just know. I mean, obviously, I don't know if it's obvious. Tori Cobbleton was not going to go up for re-election, but she's not going up for re-election. She did what she wanted to do.
She was like, I'm done.
Taking care of invasive bird species. Done. Chill.
Nothing else.
Clock is saved. I did it. I'm going to Bermuda after this.
Yeah.
Well, did you see this episode going this way? I sure didn't.
No. I'd love to know what the title's going to be. That'll be fun.
Oh, boy. Street performers, cheese ducks?
You can go to Clatfartburg.com to go to our Buy Me a Coffee page, and you can see a bunch of beautiful things on there, a bunch of bonus content we've made. The 4th episode of Otter, She Better Don't is out, and Becky and Harper get real. Becky has a small business she's starting. She's becoming a girl boss CEO. And actually, that was Harper who did that. Harper is starting a new business, and she's a girl boss CEO, and Becky's going through it. Because when isn't Becky
having
going
some
through
interesting
it?
Relationship stuff? You know, why not?
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? No one.
No one ever could have seen it coming. So that's on there. And if you have any suggestions for us, you can message us on Instagram at Clatfartburg, or you can email us at clatfartburg@gmail.com. And just, I'm going to say, there have been rumblings in the world. We're aware.
We're aware.
And I'm not going to elaborate on that, but we're aware.
And those of you who had no idea what we were talking about, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
A lot of you will know what we're talking about, though.
Stay pure. Don't know about it.
You don't.
Well, with that all being said, I hope you get to see the cheese duck in a fun way, not in a midlife crisis way, because seeing Hammer is an absolute delight.
Yeah. Thank you for visiting.
Thank you for visiting.
Are so happy. Jigsaw and Hammer are living their best lives. They are kissing. They're bye.
No, bye.
Bye.